A few months ago, I thought I made the cheapest possible all-in-one complete astrophotography rig. With a budget of $2,000, this was the best I could do. But 2 days ago, ZWO released their latest and greatest all-in-one smart telescope, available for pre-order at just $549. The link's down below if you haven't already checked it out. But here's the kicker, both this tiny smart telescope and my $2,000 rig use the exact same popular 4K camera sensor. So that made me question which setup would I prefer and why. In today's video, I'm going to be putting the modern stereotypical complete telescope rig up against the newcomer, the innovative all-in-one smart telescope, to see which one realistically offers you the best images, value for your money, and will ultimately last the longest before becoming obsolete. So very quick, let's just summarize what our telescope rig is made up of. We have one of the cheapest go-to mounts in the world with the Skywatcher Adventure GTI. Our telescope is the Altair 60 EDF, which promises some very sharp images. It's being used in addition to a 0.8 times reducer. And then up top, to keep our mount honest and focused on our target, we have Altair's 462 guide camera and their guide scope. And lastly, to finish it all off, we have the Altair Hypercam 585C camera, which much like the ASI 585 MC and the Player One Uranus cameras, uses the IMX 585 sensor. It's one of the most popular astro camera sensors in history for good reason. It captures nice and bright images in 4K resolution, and that's why it's so exciting that the Seestar S30 Pro now also uses it. I did also have to use a laptop to run this entire rig and capture the images, which in my original video I assumed as a given, but yeah, certainly something that you have to account for, which will push you over the $2,000 budget. Alright, and then for comparison, this is our challenger. The mount, the telescope, and the camera all work together in harmony without the need for a laptop. You can easily control this telescope straight out of the box with nothing more than their free mobile app. So let's compare some images just before we compare some of their specs. Now there are quite a few similarities between the images taken by each scope. I think if you were keeping score, I'd say it finishes level so far. If we ignore the costs completely and focus solely on the specifications and features of each telescope, then the Altair rig mostly wipes the floor with the Seestar. It has a bigger aperture, slightly faster f-ratio, better sampling, and a more sophisticated guiding. The guiding with the $2,000 rig potentially allows for 10-minute long exposures, whilst the Seestar is capped at 60-second long exposures. Perhaps most importantly, Importantly, the $2,000 rig is expandable, allowing you to easily upgrade, whereas the Smart Telescope is completely fixed. But here's where the Seestar drastically overtakes the $2,000 rig: user experience. It is so amazingly easy to use, a 5-year-old could start this up and have you a whole library of impressive deep sky objects by the end of the night. It's all self-contained within the app. You don't need any additional power supplies or a generator in the middle of a field to power your setup. The battery of the Seestar lasts for hours and hours, and if you want to top it up, just plug in any old power bank to keep it charged. Like any traditional rig, the $2,000 rig is a delicate nightmare to set up. There's a lot that needs to go right here for you to get the images you desire. The setup time each night cannot be understated. The time you spend having to ensure the telescope is focused, calibrated, and ready to go is draining, and something that puts so many enthusiasts off the hobby altogether. But I mean this, just plonk it down on some even-ish flooring, pick a target, and then boom. It calibrates itself automatically, focuses the telescope, and then starts live stacking the images before your very eyes. In conclusion, if these two were the same price, I'd say that if you live for the grind and getting the best possible images you can get, go buy your own $2,000 rig. But if you just want to enjoy this hobby and not pull your hair out in the pursuit of perfection, get one of the Seestars. They are legitimately one of the best things to ever happen to astrophotography. If you disregard the price, then there's pros and cons to both options, but when you highlight the fact that the Seestar S30 Pro is a quarter of the cost of the other rig, it's a no-brainer. The only significant advantage that remains in the $2,000 rig's favor is that when it comes to improving your rig by adding upgrades, there is a lot of flexibility, whilst in the Seestar's case, the only option really is just to buy the next one that's coming out. Yeah, personally I love both, but particularly on my Smart Telescope at the moment because it's so easy to set up. I've been taking some pretty sick images with it, and if you're interested in seeing them, I've attached a full review video below. I've also attached a direct link to the official webpage for the Seestar S30 Pro and to Altair Astro's website where most of the gear came from for the $2,000 setup. They've got a really nice helpful team over there, so feel free to ask any questions. Let me know where you stand in the comments down below. Are you team traditional telescope or smart telescope? I'm interested to hear your thoughts, as I know the sudden emergence of smart telescopes has been a very divisive topic, but I'd argue that that's largely because they seem too good to be true. As traditional astrophotographers know the struggle, we have bonded through our suffering, so it doesn't seem right that newbies can now waltz in here and take better images whilst only tapping their phone 2 or 3 times. Thanks for watching, I'm Damon Scotting, and this was Astronomical.